Welcome to Humanity's Memory.
The miraculous strength of Jesus. Welcome to this channel, a place where theology, history, and faith come alive. Here, we explore not only the sacred texts of Christianity, but also the profound ways they have shaped civilization, transformed lives, and continue to illuminate the path of humanity today. Each episode is more than information. It is an invitation to encounter the living mystery of Christ with both intellect and heart. If you long to deepen your knowledge of Jesus Christ, if you seek to understand the truths that have stirred faith for over 2 millennia, then you are in the right place. Do not forget to subscribe, share this message, and join us in carrying the light of the gospel to every heart and every nation. The sea raged, the storm roared, and death seemed inevitable. Yet, with a single command, peace, be still, creation itself bowed into silence. Eyes blind from birth were opened. The lame leaped in joy. The broken found hope restored. This is the story of Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of God, the Word made flesh, whose strength defies human comprehension. A strength that does not merely overcome illness or nature, but one that penetrates the very heart of existence, conquering sin and even death itself. And most astonishing of all, this strength is not confined to the past. It is alive, active, and present for us today. Historical and biblical context to grasp the miraculous strength of Jesus. We must first return to his world, 1st century Judea, a land under the iron grip of Rome. Soldiers patrolled dusty streets. Taxes burdened families, and a longing for freedom filled the air. Within the Jewish imagination burned the promise of the Messiah, foretold by the prophets as a deliverer. A king like David who would overthrow oppressors and restore Israel's glory, Isaiah proclaimed. The virgin shall conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. Isaiah jam 7 lewat 14 menit. Micah announced, "From you, Bethlehem, shall come forth a ruler for Israel." Micah 5, banding 2. These prophecies stirred hope for a warrior, a political liberator. Yet the Messiah came in paradox. Born in poverty, cradled in a manger, raised in obscure Nazareth, Jesus entered history not with an army but with humility. John's Gospel declares the scandalous truth. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us, John 1:14. Divine strength was veiled in human weakness. The strength of Jesus would not be displayed in military triumphs or political revolts. It would manifest in acts of healing, words of wisdom, a cross of suffering, and a resurrection that would shatter the chains of death. His was a strength the world had never imagined. Strength in miracles and prayer. The Gospels abound with miracles. Yet each reveals something deeper than mere wonder. When Jesus touched the leper, Mark 1:41, he overturned centuries of exclusion. Healing the diseased body, he simultaneously restored the man's dignity and place in community. In John 9, he gave sight to a man blind from birth, declaring, "I am the light of the world." John 9:5. The physical act pointed beyond itself. To heal blindness is to reveal truth, to overcome ignorance with divine light. Perhaps most dramatic was his authority over nature. On the Sea of Galilee, waves threatened to engulf the disciples. Jesus rebuked the storm. "Quiet. Be still." Immediately calm. Astonished, they whispered, "Who is this?" Even the wind and the waves obey him. Mark 4:41. Yet this visible strength was rooted in hidden discipline. Again and again, Jesus withdrew to pray, Luke 5:16. Before calling the 12, he spent an entire night in communion with the Father, Luke 6:12. In Gethsemane, sweating blood, he prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done," Luke 22:42. His miraculous power flowed not from spectacle, but from intimacy, unbroken fellowship with the source of all. Strength in teaching. If his miracles astonished, his teaching transformed. On a hillside, he proclaimed the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who are persecuted. Matthew 5:3-11. Against the Roman ethos of conquest, he exalted humility, purity, and mercy. His most radical command was this: love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Matthew 5:44. This was not weakness. It was strength that transcended retaliation. Strength that alone could break the cycles of hatred. Through parables, he embodied strength in mercy. The Good Samaritan, Luke 10:25-37, revealed compassion as true greatness, not status or ethnicity. The Prodigal Son, Luke 15:11-32, unveiled the strength of forgiveness, a father running to embrace a child who squandered everything. Thus, the power of Jesus lay not in domination, but in mercy, not in conquest, but in reconciliation. Passion and resurrection, the ultimate revelation of strength, came not in public triumph, but in apparent defeat. The cross in Gethsemane. He confessed, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." Matthew 26:38. Yet he yielded, "Not as I will, but as you will." This surrender was not weakness, but the highest act of trust. Scourged, mocked, crowned with thorns, he carried the cross through Jerusalem. Each step was agony, yet each was also love. On Calvary, with nails piercing his flesh, he prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Luke 23:34. This is strength beyond comprehension. Forgiveness offered at the very moment of betrayal and brutality. His final cry, "It is finished," John 19:30, was not resignation, but victory. And 3 days later, the tomb stood empty. The angel declared, "He is not here. He has risen." Matthew 28:6. The resurrection was the climax of miraculous strength. Death defeated, life eternal unleashed. Relevance today to millennia later, the strength of Jesus is no relic. It continues to shape lives, communities, and nations. St. Paul confessed, "When I am weak, then I am strong." 2 Coríntios 12:10. Countless martyrs, saints, and ordinary believers have experienced this paradox. Human weakness transfigured by divine strength. In a fractured world, his strength still empowers forgiveness. Families scarred by violence find the grace to reconcile. Survivors of tragedy discover the ability to release bitterness. Communities divided by hatred begin to heal through his Spirit. These are not mere human achievements, but manifestations of Christ's power. Even in the ordinary, his strength sustains. Parents carrying burdens, workers enduring hardship, students struggling with anxiety, all can find rest in his promise. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. The miraculous strength of Jesus is not confined to great events. It is woven into the fabric of daily endurance, quiet faith, and small acts of love. Conclusion: the strength of Jesus Christ is strength to heal, to forgive, to endure, to overcome, and to live anew. It is strength revealed in paradox, power made perfect in weakness, victory disguised as defeat, eternal life springing from a tomb, from the storm on Galilee to the empty tomb of Easter morning, one truth resounds: divine strength does not fade. It remains present, transformative, and near. And now, friend, this strength is offered to you. Will you receive it? Will you allow His forgiveness to free you, His love to uphold you, His Spirit to empower you? If this message has stirred your heart, do not keep it hidden. Subscribe, share, and become a bearer of hope. For the story of Jesus' miraculous strength did not end 2,000 years ago. It continues today through you.